Renowned guide and photographer Mark Tennant runs photographic safaris to some of Africa's remotest spots.
I was in Western Tanzania with some of my guests looking for chimpanzees to photograph. There are only a few habituated chimps that you can see in Africa.
These primates live in the remote and often inaccessible steamy jungles of Central Africa. The parks in Western Tanzania are particularly isolated.
You've got this 4-hour plane journey to get there, then you've got this boat trip to get to the mountains, and then you start walking.
Perhaps it is the human-like characteristics these creatures display that draws people such great distances to spend sometimes only a few moments with these fascinating animals.
And off we went up into the mountains to look for the chimps. We eventually found them, were sitting there, just relaxing, photographing them. Then all of a sudden, they started arguing amongst each other. And this noise broke out, and the whole canopy was just electric with sound.
Mark had no idea what was happening. The chimps could be getting ready to head out on territorial patrol. The males could be practicing dominance displays, or there could be tension in amongst the males caused by certain females coming into estrus. Althea Ginsberg, primate expert at the Johannesburg Zoo, works closely with a family group of chimps and has spent years learning to identify and understand their behavior.
They are really vocal animals. When chimps display, they start hitting the ground, they start lashing at the trees, pulling branches, pulling leaves around. Also, you find them standing on their back legs, standing up straight, hair sticking up, chest tucked in. As soon as that starts, moms and their babies and youngsters start moving away. Other chimps go up into trees so that they're not involved in this whole display.
We couldn't really see what was happening, but they started running past us. We all stood together in a very, very tight-knit group as this whole noise carried on through the forest. Then all of a sudden, all hell broke loose. One of the big males broke out of the group, and he started running towards us, getting closer and closer, getting more and more aggressive, banging his fists against the ground. And while I was filming, I was watching him through the viewfinder. He smashed a branch and it hit my camera. The camera smashed down.
A chimp's 7 times the average strength of a man. If he really wants to, that animal could easily break a few bones.
I was scared for the guests in case they misunderstood the circumstances, in case they turned their back on a chimp by accident while I wasn't watching, and bang, I had an injury miles from the nearest hospital.
These habituated chimpanzees are still wild animals and therefore unpredictable and potentially dangerous. Park officials do set boundaries which trackers strictly adhere to, but chimps abide by their own rules and move freely through the jungle.